Good morning. This week is a bit of a week where we're doing a lot of different things. So this is going to be a little of a unstructured video. But one of the things I'm doing now this morning is loading up trucks. So with the big bag that we have here that's full of grain, this one is wheat. And the trucks are going to be here any minute now, and from that silo we're going to load them up, and as soon as that silo is empty we're going to go back in here. So in order to do that I have to unhook the journey from the bagger machine, hook that up there, and then if the silo is empty I'll have to hook it back up here again and then finish the rest of the bag. First we'll have to make sure that that auger is folded down, otherwise if we unhook it she will she will fall down on her own. So that's this one. There we go. Bang. Cool, and now we can unhook the rest. Hydraulics. Oh, that one is tight. Put it up there. And then the PDO that runs the gears is connected by that little pin up here, and then just slide that out and just put it on the side there, and hopefully I have to drive a bit forward. Alright, that is disconnected, everything is disconnected, so we should be ready to go and drive up to the silo. Lift the bucket in gears, forwards, and there we go. So for this one we only have to hook the PDO shaft up to the PDO, and then we have to hook up the Anderson plug for the electrics to the plug up there, and that will control the clutch, so we can activate the tractor and then just stand outside and then activate the silo, which will spit it out up there where hopefully the truck is going to be underneath it very soon, and then we don't have to be inside the tractor, and we have a little remote for that in there, so I'll just hook that up now. Yes, cool, that's one of the trucks coming up now, so I'll just empty that silo and I'll move back to the bags. So while the truck is loading up from the silo, that won't be enough to fill the complete road train, so we have the chaser bin out here that's full as well. So what we'll do is, if the truck is almost filled up and the silo is empty, this side, we'll unload the chaser bin into the silo, which loads into the truck, and that should be enough for the truck to load up completely. So if you guys saw last week's video, this is the tractor which I started spreading in, and of course back down we had a little bucket on the back, and now we use it with the chaser bin. But yeah, this is the tractor that I started out. This is the first tractor that I ever drove in my farming career, I would say. And then we'll hit that lever for the hydraulics, and that lifts that one up. And I'll open the doors of the silo, and then we can unload in there in a minute if the truck has moved as well. Alright, so the truck is almost full. And now we're unloading the chaser bin and the silo, which is still loading the truck. So yeah, that is almost full and done here. And that is the next truck rocking up. So as soon as this one is full and as soon as I'm done filling up the silo. I'll just move out of the way and then he can be in here. So now that the silo is empty, we'll take the Johnny, go back to the bagger and then unload that in the truck up there. PDO. So I'll have to take this one off again and that's it. Those little buttons up here are my gears. So I have my normal, what is it, 5F, that's not working, 5 gears, and then in every 5 gear I have another gear. So we're in second C now. One more, third C. So the way that the bagger unloader works is that you have your PDO shaft, which is just like a spinning shaft that powers another shaft in here with like a chain, and it goes along in here, and that will power this auger. So there is a, you can see it in here, spinny things in here, and that will bring all the grain to the middle on that side as well. And then there's another spinny thing in here, and that will lift the grain up, elevate it, and spit it out there, and then in the truck. And then I have my hydraulic lines, and they will power this thing here. And that's basically like a big roller that rolls the bag up. And as the bag is rolling up, I have to leave the tractor in neutral, and it will slowly pull me into the rest of the bag. So I just have to make sure like I reverse it properly straight back up, and then that will empty the bag. And I think, well, this one is got a half split, so we cleaned that up yesterday, and the rest of the bag is for now still not too bad. Batched up a little, but that's all right. So yeah, a normal bag like would hold around 200 ton. So 200,000 kilos of, in this case, it's wheat. So now that's all done, trucks are loaded up and they're on their way. I'll just head back to the sheds and see what else we can do for today. So it looks like the weather is, at least the wind is pretty good to continue spreading again. So I'll jump in bed and then see how the rest of the afternoon goes with the wind. But I think it's pretty good. I checked my little app and that said the wind should be right for the remainder of the day. So that's nice. So we'll jump back in the spreader. So there are a few things I'd like to check every time I start up the machine to make sure she runs right. So one of them is isolator. We'll turn that on so the batteries don't go flat. And then on this side, that tank is hydraulic oil, and as long as it's on this dial, it's all right. So that still has a bit in there, so that is good. And then we go up this side, and we check for the engine oil. That is in here. That dipstick. We'll just wipe that clean. And that is perfect. That is really good. Cool. I'll just put that back. And another thing to check before that is coolant. And that is in the little tank underneath there. So I'll just pop the hood in and have a look at the tank. have to jump underneath here. And that is on minimum. So I'll probably put a bit more coolant in there, and then should be good to go. So I have put a bit in there, and that looks a lot better. So we can close this one up. Oh, bang. Put the clips back in there. She is ready to start up. So the last few paddocks are up on the top shed. This is the fertilizing shed, so after seeding there'll be a lot of fertilizing in here that also needs to be spread. And for now we just have the lime dumped on the ground here. But yeah, we have to do a few paddocks up in that distance up there. And that is it, so all that lime will go on there. And the nice thing about loading up from here is that we can use the loading ramp, and it just makes it a bit easier to load it up. So we have quite a lot going on at the moment in the farm. So we're still cleaning up the paddocks with the front loader. Spreading still needs to be done, so that's what I'm doing now. I know that Ashton, he is doing the fire breaks. I'll show you that later. But what that basically does is he creates a safety barrier around the paddocks, because when seeding starts, we're gonna burn the paddocks before that to get rid of all the stubbles, and that way we can see the rocks lying underneath it, which we have to pick up as well. And what else are we doing? We still have like general maintenance to the machines. I just have to like turn here. Yeah, so we're still doing general maintenance to the machines and getting ready for seeding. So the air seeder has been taken out of the shed. So yeah, air seeder has been taken out of the shed, and I think Brian has given that a complete once over to make sure that is ready for seeding, which we're gonna start in 3 weeks or so. About that. So yeah, a lot of things are happening. So it's a bit hard to see, but that here is a fire break. I think Ashton is gonna do like another lap around it to make it a bit bigger. So what happens is we burn the stubbles, and with that fire break, we're just gonna make sure that it either slows down the fire so we can get back to it early enough, or completely stop the fire here, because we don't want to have the bush block burning. Ideally we'd like to have the trees like they are now. So yeah, just the paddock itself, and then with the fire breaks it just stops the fire spreading towards the trees and towards other farms, and yeah, we don't like that. Also, if you're curious to know what I'm doing here on the spreader and how that works, check out a video that I did I think 2 weeks ago. I'll probably link it somewhere up in the corners. I think it's that corner. I'll see if I can link it. But yeah, if you're curious to know what I'm doing in here and how this works and how we operate it and why we spread lime, I recommend checking out that video, and hopefully that will answer some questions. 5 o'clock on a Friday. That means I'm gonna enjoy my weekend. Ice later off. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend, but I'll be back next week with some more farming stuff. So yeah, see you guys next week.